Welcome, everybody, to Man vs. Line, episode 4, the best sports gambling podcast out there. We're going to recap week 1 for you, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and Monday. There was a lot of games played. Then we're going to talk about our current records, my current gambling struggles. It's been absolutely terrible for the lad. And we're going to give our picks for both college and NFL. Let's go. Hello. Michael, how are you doing?
That just felt so wrong, you calling me Michael, but I'm doing fine. Actually, I'm doing real fine. You know.
Did I just dox you?
What?
I think I just doxed you.
How would that dox me at all?
It's your real name.
Yeah, you could literally go look on any public record ever and figure out that's my real name.
Well, I gave them one of the 3 pieces they need.
Okay, this is just no.
Welcome back, everybody. Mal, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. That's got to Nah. There's a part that's staying in. Okay, but no, I'm doing good. Doing really good actually. What are we? You 63% right now. If you stay above,
you are sitting at 62%.
62%.
You're 17-10 right now.
Hey, if you stay above 55% whenever you're gambling, you're gonna win.
Yeah, I can't really
relate
to that
at all.
14-20, 41%.
Yeah.
That's why I'm wearing this shirt. No bad days. The future is bright. I have faith that my NFL knowledge will carry me. I never claimed to be a college football guy, okay?
I
make all my money on NFL. Guy. You are the college football guy. I know NFL like I'm not even going to say that because if I have a bad week, it's going to make me look terrible. But
no, say it.
Mal's definitely the college football guy.
Dylan knows. NFL.
I know that. I know my shit in the NFL. I know
like
my
the
shit.
back of his hand, like that right there, like the back of it. That was the front of him, Dylan. There you go. I made that same mistake too.
On the second try.
I made that same mistake too. I was looking
at
my hand. It's like I'm looking at him, but then like, yeah, I mean it's. But
they have to look at him.
What a damn week! I mean,
what a week of football! Absolutely insane week of football. Like crazy. A lot of the games were just crazy, and there's a lot I really want to talk about.
I mean, you go from we talked about Thursday, a little bit, but you go into Friday. UNC. What's wrong with them? Is Sam Howell okay? Let me ask you this: is UNC and Oklahoma, and we'll count Ohio State in there, and we'll count quote unquote Notre Dame, but are all those guys? Were they just a victim of the Week 1 hype?
I think so.
You think?
I think they fell victim.
Unfortunately, UNC is one of the only teams that got really bit by that.
Yeah, they were the only ones that got caught up. If you look at it, Oklahoma almost got caught up.
Oklahoma almost got. I mean, everybody knows I lost that bet, but that's a bet I'm willing to lose every single day because you have to bet on Spencer Rattler in that game. And Spencer Rattler did not do anything. Well, he threw 2 interceptions, I believe, that game. I believe he threw 2 or 3 interceptions.
If we're going off Week 1 performances, he might not even get a vote for that.
Okay, if we're going based off of Week 1 performances, just go ahead and give it to Bryce Young and just call it a damn night.
Yeah.
Okay, that's absolutely ridiculous. Matt Corral would finish second. It's just ridiculous. That's why you play 12 weeks. You don't play 1 week. So,
yeah.
But then again, Bryce Young is leading. Matt Corral is a no doubt second right now, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And then any from there, knock yourself out. It doesn't really matter at that point.
I agree with that. I think Matt Corral really balled out last night.
Yeah. Louisville, and I got to give it to Louisville. They did put up a little bit of fight. Now, Ole Miss's defense looked a lot better than I think everybody's expecting it to.
Land Shark, baby, is it back?
Is
the
Land
Shark
Shark
defense?
back? I don't know.
That's the big question.
I don't know. But so far, I predicted Texas A&M to potentially be the team to beat Alabama. Ole Miss is the only team that showed me that they even have a shot at hanging with Alabama, and that's just if they can score as many points as Alabama. Now, Texas A&M, like I said, they do have 2 more tune-up games before they start SEC play, so that's really good for them. Give what's the kid's name? Shoot. But their young quarterback, I think he threw a couple interceptions, but he had a halfway decent game this weekend. So Texas A&M, good ups on them, I guess.
Yeah, we'll have to see how that plays out. You were hard set on them, but
like you
said, they have a few more tune-up games before they get into SEC play. So we'll kind of see how that turns out with them. Another game we'll talk about, I think is going to have major implications on the coaching world, is Charlotte versus Duke. Will Healy gets his first Healy, like the badass shoes we have when we're kids. Healy. Is that what you want to call them? Shoes, or are they more like
they're transportation devices that you can walk on?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
we'll go with that.
That's a shoe, anyways.
That is true.
Yeah.
Our feet are transportation devices.
Well, if you're counting feet as a transportation device, I think you'd have to count your entire body because your feet are connected. Your leg bone's connected to your oh shoot, dude, I'm that sad. What does it go? How does it go?
I don't know. I haven't sung it in decades.
Your head bone's connected to your neck bones or whatever it is. Yeah, but anyways, yeah. I mean, the feet are in that song somewhere, so your entire body is a transportation device. Now, how you use your body to get around, that's the interesting part. So Heelys, I believe, are an alternate transportation type in which you can do it the old-fashioned way or look like a badass and just roll down the streets of New York City.
AKA walk. The old-fashioned way, AKA walk. Yeah.
I mean, just imagine you're walking around New York City and you just see, first of all, I don't know how Heelys weren't more popular for thugs. People would go around steal purses. Imagine having your purse stolen.
Well, because listen, I don't know if you remember, but you have to have an ultra smooth surface or you got caught up.
Yeah, true.
And the streets of New York is not a very even place.
Yeah, you got a point.
So I think that's a big issue. Anyways, Will Healy. Sorry, we went off a little side road there. Let's pull back onto the main interstate. Will Healy, big win over Duke, first Power 5 win for Charlotte.
He's talking about the coach, not the shoes.
Not the shoes,
the coach. The shoes, the coach.
By the end of the year, after the season, this guy's going to be he's got to be like an outer rim Power 5 coach, like a bad school. Has to be. Absolutely.
Yeah, I could see it.
And for Duke,
it's
Cutcliffe will be lucky to get through the year, honestly. And if he does get through the year, this will be his last. So I'm going to go ahead and call it.
So is Duke on the hot seat right now? I mean, as an entire university, they're not a basketball school anymore.
And their football team is now you say that. They are on the hot seat.
Is Duke on the hot seat?
I think we have to.
I think you have to throw Duke on the hot seat because they're not a basketball school anymore. Too. Well, Vandy's always
not
been
a baseball school anymore.
I mean, Vandy's always on the hot seat though, no matter how many baseball championships they win. But yeah, I mean that's just Duke's definitely on the hot seat, 100%.
Yeah, we'll turn on the heated seat for them. But that Friday, Michigan State beats Northwestern. Wasn't really a game at all. Northwestern, only returning 9 starters. That showed huge amounts for them.
Yeah.
A lot of inexperience in a lot of different areas. Michigan State looks damn good, though. I don't know if it's just because they're playing Northwestern, but the Spartans might be back. I'm not going to say it yet, but they might be back.
A lot of it has to do with head coach, man. Where'd he come from?
It does.
Where'd he come from?
Tell him, Mal.
Where'd he come from?
Mal?
He came from the University of Georgia. And it's not only that. He's just a hell of a defensive mind, dude. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. And when he went out to Colorado, he turned them around. He did very good out there with Colorado. And then, he landed at Michigan State. And the intensity I saw from Michigan State, I have not seen from Michigan State in a long time.
Let's admit, college football is a better place when Sparty's competitive.
Well, see, it's just a better place to me when Sparty is at least contending with the Wolverines And, given that rivalry, because that's a rivalry that does need to be renewed a little bit, because let's be honest, Michigan has nothing now that Ohio State just kicks their ass every year. So Michigan needs something to really get their juices flowing besides walking into wherever the hell they're playing that year and knowing that you're going to get your ass kicked. I mean, it's almost like what's something we can do here? I would say it's almost like Georgia Tech every year playing Georgia, but they actually did – last time they beat us was 2016, so they have a more recent win. It's like any team ever
Tennessee,
playing Alabama. It's like any team ever playing
Tennessee, Alabama. We hadn't beat them in like 14 years or something like that. So
are we breaking the cigars
or it was
out?
Like Kentucky. What do you mean?
Are you breaking the cigars out this year, Dylan?
Shit. Probably not.
Dude, if Heupel somehow beats Alabama in his first year, is there a statue built for him already?
Yes. It'll be under development. It'll be in the pre-process. They'll start sculpting already.
There will be a bust of Josh Heupel on his chubby ass cheeks.
Right. We might rename it
Josh Heupel Field
instead of Shields Watkins Field. Josh Heupel Field.
Heupel
Stadium. Heupel Field. Bro, and so there's no way we're breaking out this year. Might be an okay game, but next game we'll talk about is Tulane, Oklahoma. Game was in first supposed to be in Tulane,
and then
which is in New Orleans, and then got moved to Norman, Oklahoma. Which Oklahoma
Hurricane game
number one
helmet sticker game.
Hurricane game
helmet sticker game.
Number two, they put they put Tulane's logo on their own field.
That counts more than a helmet sticker in my opinion.
That does.
So
I
just want to point this out. Helmet stickers are 2-0 against the spread this week. Helmet stickers are 2-0 against the spread.
We do need to start taking it into account.
We said it on the inaugural episode that helmet sticker games, you have to bet them against the spread, or you have to bet them with the spread, and we both did not. So I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, that's on us. That was a big oof from the boys. So yeah, they had their logo on the field. That voodoo from Nolan's snuck up on the Sooners. Almost caught him slipping up from I think he's a redshirt freshman quarterback. Or maybe a true freshman quarterback for Tulane, almost walked in there and beat the Sooners at their own place. And might I say, the crowd levels in Oklahoma were poor.
Okay, so a little bit of that, like the game did get thrown into Oklahoma's hands at home. Mm-hmm. I was kind of more of expecting, Tulane home game almost. I was more expecting Oklahoma to honor all the Tulane tickets. I don't know if they did that or not.
Well, here's what happened. They gave Tulane the gate from the game.
Okay,
so whatever they made at the gate, they gave to Tulane.
Okay, that's good. That's good. I mean, I think I'd expect a little bit more if they did that and also honored all the tickets from Tulane. But that's just me.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they did. I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I don't really know what happened, but yeah, Oklahoma almost got caught slipping. We'll see what happens with them throughout the year if they get back on track or if they continue to decline. Bold prediction. I think they might be outside of the top 10 by the end of the year. Honestly, I don't.
Well, I mean,
I don't know if they were just like
all we heard in the offseason is Oklahoma's defense. Oklahoma's defense. Oklahoma's defense. Oklahoma's defense. Oklahoma's defense. Where the hell was Oklahoma's defense Saturday? Because I sure as hell heard a whole lot about them, and I didn't see them on the field. I didn't see them on the field at all. You allowed 35 points.
Yeah, I had over 67.5, and that ended up being 70.
I don't care. That's what I'm saying. I don't care where this game is being played. You could be playing this game on a damn Walmart roof. There's no reason that Tulane scores 35 points on Oklahoma. No reason. Absolutely no reason. No. So, yeah, Oklahoma's defense, where you at? Because I've been hearing about you.
The Big 12 defense is what we thought it was.
Well, I just thought because we have been having a little renaissance of defense in the Big 12. It has been a renaissance in the Big 12 a little bit over the past couple of years. But, yeah, no. From what I saw get with Oklahoma's defense, I don't know where they are. They're MIA, dishonorable discharge. Get them out of here.
They're on a milk carton.
They're on a milk carton somewhere.
That.
I don't know.
That's in person. Next game was probably the best game of the week, in my opinion. Penn State, Wisconsin.
Interesting game. Just interesting for the fact that, look at these Big 10 or these Big 12 or no Big 10 offenses. They suck. Big 10 offenses suck. And Oh, I love the narrative of all that. And then you turn around and then you turn around to 7:30 and you see a 10-3 game and it's look at these defenses. So it's a funny narrative.
Big Ten defense. Yeah. I think Wisconsin definitely should have won this game. Too many mistakes from the quarterback. 2 picks in the red zone. You got to put points up.
And I do want to point something out here. So Will Levis balled at Kentucky over the weekend. Penn State's the transfer from Penn State, Will Levis. Kid balled this weekend for Kentucky. And kid's going to keep balling this year.
18 for 26, 367 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 1 pick.
Kid balled. First game starting. Penn State never let him throw the ball last year. They didn't.
Now he is.
I think it might come back to bite Penn State in the ass. I'm just saying. Because the kid's good.
It might. Penn State's Clifford, right?
Yes.
So that's their quarterback?
Yeah, I believe.
Clifford? Yeah. Sean Clifford. So, that was interesting. Michigan, I think they finally found their quarterback. They look damn good. They looked pretty good from what I watched. So I think that's something to watch definitely.
Also, I want to go back to the Wisconsin. Letting Cohen go for Wisconsin, that's a tough one. Letting Cohen get to Notre Dame, that is a tough look for Wisconsin after this past Sunday.
Yeah, very tough.
You hate to see that for them.
Very, very, very tough look because Cohen played absolutely amazing in that game.
Yes, I mean, it's just an awful, awful look. And I might have to be asking little questions just a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Fresno State, Oregon. Fresno State 24, Oregon 31. This was a very close game, and at one point, Fresno State was actually winning in the second half. So, I knew 20.5 points was going to be a lot, but did I think it would be this close? No. Should we already hit the panic button on Oregon? Maybe.
Yes.
Maybe.
Yes, but I'm going to also backtrack on that whenever we get to our picks. Wink, wink.
Okay, a little bit of future. Rice versus Arkansas. Arkansas, absolutely abysmal first half. Abysmal. Terrible. At the end of the first half, it was 10-7 Rice. Then Arkansas goes on to put 10 points up in the third, 21 points up in the fourth to win it, 38-17.
How about a backdoor cover?
So they did end up covering.
A miraculous cover.
I was miraculous. What did we have them at?
I didn't have
19.5.
You had them.
I had them 19.
That was your wasn't that your layup of the week? That was your layup of the week too. Wasn't your lock of the week?
That was my layup of the week. No, my lock of the week was Wisconsin money line, which did because I mean Wisconsin at home. If these season openers never lose, so. But they did. It's just how I'm going right now, though.
Hey, I'm 1-2.
Alabama versus Miami. Yeah. Alabama versus Miami. Dear God, Alabama is stacked again.
It's
not fair.
I'm just eating crow. Fair. I'm just gonna. So I have a 3-way bet with 3 of my other buddies. So if A&M doesn't get their shit together, I'm gonna be owing $150 all 3 of them combined. So I'm not looking forward to that. I was very high on A&M. So, but that's why we play the games. That's why we play the games.
And Bryce Young, to be a freshman that's never had a collegiate snap, looked very comfortable back there. Scary comfortable.
Not even scary comfortable. It's the fact
where do they grow these kids at?
Dude,
where do they grow?
It's the fact.
I want to find out.
You look at Bryce Young. The second he feels any pressure, he just rolls out. Right? He just rolls out.
And he just calmly,
and then
just nothing.
And just sits there, looks downfield, opens up a damn picnic table, or sets a picnic table down, opens up his little picnic box, eats a fucking 5-star meal, and then goes, oh shit, there he is, wide ass open, all the way down there. And it doesn't matter who it is.
Yeah,
it literally can be anybody.
He picked them apart. Set an Alabama freshman debut record, 27 for 38, 344 yards, and 4 touchdowns.
Just absolutely ridiculous. I'm at a loss for words because every single year, everybody wants.
They just reload.
Every single year, everybody wants to, this is the year Alabama goes down. This is the year. This is the year. This is the year. I honestly believed it. I bought into this shit this year. I bought it. I bought all of it.
I mean, you think about it. They had to replace every main category on
everything.
Offense.
They had to replace everything, and they fucking did it with ease. How? I don't know if this is. I truly don't know if this is a testament to Nick Saban as a coach or Nick Saban as a recruiter or just fucking both combined. If this man is just the greatest human being to ever walk the freaking earth, because it's ridiculous. I don't physically understand how you can do that. I don't think Bill Belichick could do that in college football. Honestly, I don't see Bill Belichick being able to recruit at a level Nick Saban can, and then turn around and coach them the same damn way. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's definitely a testament to just how, I don't know. I just say he's done the impossible multiple times now, so I'm just.
And they have a fucking kicker now. They have a fucking kicker. They literally don't have a single hole on that team. There's not a single hole on that team.
Yeah,
not a single hole.
They're stacked, absolutely.
Nothing about Alabama's team you can look at and go, yeah, they need to really, really work on that.
Yeah, I know. I agree. They're absolutely stacked. But so next game we have is Iowa versus Indiana. And this game absolutely shredded me because I thought I was going to hit the over, and I had 45.5. At the end of the first half, it was 34 total points, in which they only needed to score what? That would have been 41. So 2 touchdowns, essentially. And these assholes from the Big Ten only go up and put up 6 total points in the second half.
You hate to see it.
Absolutely tough. But, hey, Iowa is back, I guess. I don't know. Indiana is overrated. I don't know how they rank 17 ahead of Iowa. Like I said, I think we just ran out of people to rank, so they're just giving it out at this point. What else should we talk about? Let's talk about Mississippi State.
I didn't watch it, so I couldn't.
Holy hell, I did. I had like 4 games on all day, so I essentially watched all these games. But like Mississippi State, by the skin of their teeth, survived this game. They almost got beat by La Tech at home.
Dude, I don't like. It was one of the weirdest week ones I think I've seen in a while, because
it was strange.
It was just weird. You had these teams that, you schedule cupcakes for a reason, obviously, because you can do what Oklahoma did, you can do what Mississippi State did, you can do what Arkansas did, and still win these games. You can go out there and basically not show up and still win these games, and that's why you schedule the cupcakes. But goodness gracious, man. Typically, it's
cupcakes about ate them this week.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It definitely was an interesting week one. There was a lot of surprises, and now I know going forward really what to expect from some teams. But let's talk about your Dogs, Mal. Big win for the Dogs, 10-3.
Boring game.
Only no offensive touchdowns scored. Only 1 defensive touchdown.
You want your fun fact of the day?
Let's hear it.
Georgia's defense outscored both Georgia and Clemson's offense combined.
Yep, combined.
Sad. I don't know if this is a test, and this goes back to a lot of things with Georgia. Just like I said the week before, Georgia's missing, Garris Jackson, Dominique Blaylock, missing Darnell Washington in that game. They're missing a lot of wide receivers, a lot of receivers and pieces on that team. But that's not what scared me. It was the run game. We were not able to establish anything. And I understand Clemson's front seven is probably one of the best front sevens in the nation. I wouldn't say I'd probably put them behind Alabama. Again,
Brian Breesy
undisputed.
Got hurt, right?
I'm trying to remember.
I thought he did. I don't know.
I was a little inebriated. But undisputed, Georgia's got the best defense in the nation. I don't think anybody can sit there and say otherwise. Like I said, there's no Alabama fan that can even try to. I think even Alabama fans will probably sit there and tell you Georgia's defense is the best in the nation because they know it doesn't fucking matter. They know they're going to go out and put 35 to 42 points on us anyways.
Yeah, that is fair. The defense did look good. Kirby, very conservative play calling. I wish they would have let JT sling a little bit more.
In typically, I do not defend Kirby in his play calling at all. I will defend it in this game. Kirby knew what he had to do to win that game, and Kirby was not going to lose that game. Kirby, he started Lad fucking McConkey, for God's sakes. And don't get me wrong, Lad's a hell of an athlete. Lad's one of the fastest dudes I've ever met or seen in my entire life, okay? But you're not going to sit there and tell me that he is one of the best receivers on Georgia's team right now. It's just not
already.
And like I said, give him time, give him, the 2-3 years in the weight room. Oh, okay, the dude's going to be good. But when you're starting a bunch of very young kids against Clemson, a very good defense, I get the conservative play calling. I get it because Kirby knew himself that his defense was going to be able to outmatch Clemson. Kirby knew he could win that game on defense, and guess what? He won that game on defense. So that was that I understood the conservative play calling there because there's no reason to risk.
We need to let him open it up next week.
Oh, he will definitely open it. He will definitely open it up this week against a very lesser opponent in UAB. You will see Georgia's offense open it up, and that's when we get into the lines, the over under is very low because of that. So you're going to see a lot more points from Georgia this week, and I believe.
Yep, I hope so at least. LSU versus UCLA, the battle of the sis and blue shirts. That was actually pretty good. UCLA wins this game by 11. I don't know how I feel about this game. I don't know if I would feel let down by LSU or impressed by UCLA. I can't figure it out.
I'm just
especially watching the game.
I'm trying to avoid all Coach O slander, but it's almost impossible at this point.
Impossible.
I don't think you can do it. I mean, yeah, he won a national championship in 2019, but he also won that national championship because of Joe Brady and Joe Burrow, and there's nobody that can sit there and tell you otherwise. Nobody. Actually, hot take. Joe Burrow really didn't have anything to do with it. It was all on Joe Brady. Joe Burrow is the one throwing the ball, but if Joe Brady does not come in and run the offense that year, they're going to be running the same offense they did the year before where Joe Burrow just looked like an average quarterback. Joe Brady is the reason why LSU won a national championship because he saw the potential in Joe Burrow and he opened him up. So I'm not sitting here saying Joe Burrow didn't play his part.
No,
I'm just saying if Joe Brady never showed up, Joe Burrow.
What do you do to him now?
Shut the hell up, you little. You know what? You're so immature, dude. I think I'm about to, no, can't cancel. Just stop the episode. Stop
the show.
That is so immature that I'm actually sickened right now. I'm actually sick. I'm actually more sickened by you saying that than me hearing Brian Kelly say that he's going to execute his entire team.
Speaking of, let's go ahead and talk. That was the next game, anyways. Brian Kelly. Mal, there's something you told me earlier this week. I think you need to share. You need to
okay. It's really not a laughing matter. But there was a kid, I think it was back in the early 2010s, that died under Brian Kelly's watch. Now, we're not going to sit here and say Brian Kelly murdered the kid, but, the coaching staff of Notre Dame did kind of play a role in it. He was forced to go up in a forklift to film practice or a game. I can't remember which one it was. I believe it was just practice. In upwards of 60-mile-per-hour winds. And he fell from the forklift and died. So, everybody getting, pissed off about Brian Kelly. And they were kind of bringing this up as almost jokes, which isn't really the best look for people on the internet. Saying oh, yeah, Brian Kelly's killed.
People on the internet will do what they want anyways.
But they literally using it as, Brian Kelly's killed once. Oh, I might listen to him this time, which, I feel bad. I mean, I feel bad for anybody that might have known the kid and, seeing all that because that's got to be tough. But goodness gracious, dude. Brian Kelly does not know how to deliver a joke.
No. That was one of the worst deliveries probably since that guy from Seinfeld got canceled at the stand-up comedy club 15 years ago. Bad delivery.
The reason it was so bad is because he tried to set himself up for it. If she would have been like, all right, how do you feel about the execution of your team? And then Brian Kelly goes, I feel like they should all be executed. That's funny. Yeah. But you set yourself up for the joke. You missed. You whiffed. I didn't even swing and miss. He just watched strike three right down the middle. But let's talk about the game.
Yeah, let's talk about the game. It looked to be an absolute Notre Dame kind of rout in the third quarter when they put up 21 points, but
Boy, were we wrong.
Florida State put up 18 unanswered in the fourth to make this a game.
Bobby
Send it to
Bowden.
OT.
The Bobby Bowden
2 words,
game.
yeah, Bobby Bowden. Look, we should have done the research. We should have known they were going to number one.
It wasn't even.
Number 2, have his hat painted on the field.
Yeah, I mean it was just.
Oh, also they had in one of the end zones where they run out the tarps had Bobby Bowden on it.
Yeah.
Too many indicators there that we just didn't buy into.
And, have you seen the thing on Twitter where Bobby Bowden's ghost actually made the final play to keep Notre Dame from getting in field goal position as the clock ran out? Did you see that on Twitter? The last drop ball on the Notre Dame, they're driving down the field, last drop ball before overtime, right? The theory is that Bobby Bowden broke it up.
They dropped a lot of balls.
No, the theory is that Bobby Bowden broke it up. That's the theory, that Bobby Bowden's ghost broke up the pass.
Well, didn't do enough. Notre Dame wins this game 41-38. Tough. Don't ice your own kicker is the moral of the story.
Dude, that was probably the dumbest thing ever. Like, I get it. You're trying to get a shorter kick. But, dude, if you're going to review that play, do not even trot your damn kicker out on the field. What are you doing? Especially to let him kick the field goal and make it. And then you call a timeout, only to ice him, and they review the play for about 2 fucking minutes. And then you trot him out there to kick a shorter field goal, and he absolutely pushes it. How? How are you that stupid? That's rule number. What did I say, Dylan? What should rule number 1 be in any coach's manual? Don't ice your own kicker. Simple as that.
Look, can we stop icing the kicker in general? Is this statistically proven to work? I feel like they always hit it no matter what. And I have seen most times where they miss the first one, get iced, and after the play gets called dead, they miss the first one and then make the second one. It's like,
okay, look, so it never works whenever you are using it against an opposing kicker, but it always works when you accidentally do it to your own kicker. Always. It never fails.
Yep.
So, yeah, I mean, that's about all we got to say on that one. Mackenzie Milton comeback story of the year so far. I mean, kid's amazing.
Yeah, look, that's a once-in-a-lifetime story.
That's football guy of the year.
Bobby Bowden's night. Mackenzie Milton comes back. Other kid loses his job. He knows it. Don't care. Still clap for Mackenzie Milton. Awesome. It's one of those things that's I was so glad I was watching it. I was so glad I got to see it.
Also, how about Florida State? I mean, I know like you got and you scout and you get the transport, but how about their transport portal luck? Man, I mean, the players they went out and got, they got very lucky with them because a lot of the times you go out and you get some portal players and, they might not shape out to be the best, but it looked like every single transfer portal player they went out and got contributed. I mean, we even heard, that was in the Ole Miss game. Where the announcers were like, a transfer from Maryland, I was like, in on the tackle, actually making a contribution. I was like, I don't think I've ever heard that in my life. A player from Maryland going into an SEC game.
Yes, that's why he left Maryland. He was too good. So let's talk about Ole Miss, Louisville, last game of the week here. Like we said earlier, Matt Corral.
Kid's good.
Even without Kiffin, bro, they just absolutely killed this team.
Dude,
don't let the score fool you. It wasn't really that close. No. It really wasn't that close. They smoked them.
Kiffin had the quote of the week, though, whenever they were interviewing, like over Zoom, come out in the second half. He's like, I think I'm just going to give myself COVID for the rest of the year.
Yeah, if I can do this, what's the point? Head coaching's overrated. Did you see him also put the little leather hat on at the facility? Yes. And he was on the scoreboard doing this. It was so funny, bro.
I mean, dude, if Kiffin isn't one of your favorite, and I mean, Dylan, I understand why he wouldn't be one of your favorites. I get that.
I still love him.
If Kiffin isn't one of your favorite college coaches, then, dude, I don't know what's wrong with you because the dude is just the dude's a walking joke.
Yeah, I saw this tweet. It was like somebody tweeted, "It's like I wonder how Kiffin's watching the game right now." And it was a guy on a couch with 10 sorority girls in bikinis sitting there looking at the TV, and then somebody said he's watching it like this.
I want to know which Ole Miss chick gave Kiffin COVID because it had to be one of them.
Yeah, let's start digging into it. Somebody's got to figure it out.
We need to get down to Oxford and get on the case because there was definitely an Ole Miss sorority chick that gave Kiffin COVID. No doubt.
Yeah, absolutely. So that pretty much does it for week 1. crazy week one. I'm so glad college football is back.
Amazing.
There's nothing better than
fans in the stands.
especially having it Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 6 days in a row. It was like the best period of my life in the past.
Yeah, I mean that was since life fully truly felt whole again. So it was great,
and it's going to be even better when we get NFL back this weekend.
Dude, Sunday. I mean, I'm going to be, and I mean, shout out
Red Zone on one TV.
Shout out to my bosses. You know, they have permanently given me weekends off. Why? I don't know. But shout out to them. You know, they're the real ones. I think it might be because I legitimately told the guy that does my scheduling. I'm like, look, if you schedule them on a Friday or on a Saturday, I'm just gonna be on. I probably won't be working. I'll be watching the TV in the office. I mean, he was like, all right.
Yeah, so it's just on Saturdays.
But and I mean, obviously, I was joking with him. You know, actually, I do my work. I'm actually one of the top guys. So.
Yeah, we're proud of Mel. Instead of previewing all these games, there's absolutely a ton. Look, let's start here.
We're just gonna go. I'm gonna go through my bets, and we can just kind of take turns going in order. If we had the same one, we can talk about it. My first bet: Will Levis, baby, Kentucky -6 against Missouri. Will Levis looked amazing. Missouri kind of lackluster, honestly. Kind of lackluster. I was expecting a little bit more.
Kind of lackluster.
I was expecting more from Missouri. I think Kentucky -6 is a pretty good lock on that. It's not my lock of the week, but it's close to being there. I mean, Kentucky from last year to this year looks like just you took a rock and just moved it over there.
Just push it over there.
But I don't know if do you have Kentucky -6, Dylan? Because
I do not have that. I don't think I'm going to take it either.
Really? Why is that?
I don't know, because I easily feel like Missouri could have a bounce back week. I really need to see how they do. It's so, like I said, there were so many surprises week one. I gotta it has to be confirmed.
Yeah. I mean, but if we're going based off of week one, Kentucky -6, it's looking good.
Yeah.
What you got?
Yeah, that's good. My first pick is Army 6.5 versus Western Kentucky. Army absolutely dominant win last week. They beat the brakes off of Georgia State. And I actually thought Georgia State was going to keep it close with them. That score ended up being 43-10. And Western Kentucky, I'm not sure how they did last week. They won, and let me see here. They beat UT Martin 59-21. So yeah, I have Army 6.5 in that game. I really like Army. I think their offense is one of the best ones they've had, and I love this country and those who fight for it. So go Army.
All right. So I'm gonna bunch these two picks together. I have 11 picks, but I'm just gonna go ahead and bunch these two picks together. Comes in the Texas-Arkansas game, and if you're not taking Texas,
I'm riding
with
you. Texas 6.5.
I got Texas -6, even better. I want to know what Vegas is thinking with this line. I mean, I understand Texas didn't look the greatest this weekend, but they were also playing a much better team than Arkansas was playing. And Arkansas looked absolutely atrocious in that first half. Now, they did bounce back in the second half, yada, yada. But still, man,
Is Texas back, man?
No, hell no. Texas is not back. Look. Whoa. Texas was playing a Sun Belt top 25 team. Okay? Look, I love the Sun Belt. I love Billy Napier and all them. It's hard to fight for Sun Belt teams to be in the top 25. It's very hard to fight for that. The Cajuns, I could see that, I could see them pushing back in later in the year. But to come in.
Well, it's like this. And this is what I said last year. It's like people really didn't know what to expect. But this year when you're ranked, people know that you have the ability to beat them. They're going to be a lot more prepared. So you're not going to get those big upset wins.
I mean, the only Sun Belt team that should consistently, I think, be considered for the top 25, App State. And, Louisiana Lafayette, they're creeping up on that. You give them, 6 more wins. They'll probably go out and get 6 wins in a row if they don't, fault or anything. And then, they'll be right back there whenever a lot of these teams lose. But it was not – I was not as impressed with Texas as I thought I might be. And I know I kind of stayed away from that, and I kind of picked Louisiana Lafayette to keep it a close game. But that's just because I was very, very, very underestimating Texas. And then they came out and showed that they kind of have something. And whenever I saw they kind of had something, I was like, well, it's not as good as what I thought they would be if they had something, if that makes any sense.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Like they impressed you, but like not a lot.
Not a lot. Yeah.
Okay. That's
but
fair.
I got that.
So yeah, I also have Texas 6.5.
And you know what? I am going to be a little bit more fun this week. I'm going to be a little bit more fun, but not for this game. Not for this game. Under 58.5. This game stays under 100%. Look, Arkansas is just not a good team. Texas will probably be able to score at will if I had to guess. Let's not say at will, but Texas should be able to put up 28 to 35 points. I just don't know if Arkansas will be able to put up more than 10. I really don't.
Yeah, I'm not. Listen, totals have not been my friend. I'm trying to stay away from them as much as I can this week. So I'm only taking ones I really like, but that seems, I mean, you're the unders guy, and the unders have been doing well for you, so go for it.
We are going to have more fun this year, though.
We are going to have more fun. My next pick, you could probably see this one coming from probably 14 miles away. Tennessee Vols money line versus Pitt.
See, that's interesting.
I don't know how Tennessee isn't favored to win this game. Looking at it non-biasly, too, I do not know how Tennessee isn't favored to win this game. At Neyland versus like Pitt, who did have a good week one showing, but still, come on, guys. And to make it even more solidifying for me, Pitt's coach came out today and said he doesn't think Neyland will be a factor.
No.
All right, buddy.
Me, as somebody that
Tennessee money line, I'm putting big money.
As somebody that hates Tennessee, I 100% agree with you. I'm not going money line. I'm going to take the +3. I'm going to take the 3 points just because, a little bit of insurance ain't never hurt nobody. So I'm going to take the 3 points. But, I'm taking that. Did you take the total, Dylan?
I did not touch the total.
See, I'm going to have a little fun for this Tennessee game. I think it's time to have a little fun. The total is at 53 points. That gets absolutely demolished. We're going to see this game in the 60s, I feel like. Tennessee has an atrocious defense. There's no way around it. There's no way around it.
Yep.
But Tennessee's offense, I feel like they probably learned a lot from that week one game. A lot. You're going to
start getting in that game shape after week one.
You're going to see if they're not going to go from here to here, and for everybody that's not watching, they're not going to go from 1 to 10, but they are going to go from 1 to 3 or 4 maybe. And 3 or 4 is going to look a whole lot better than 1. And they're going to put up at least 31 points in this game. And then Pitt's going to put up at least 20 to 24. Yeah. You're going to see this game go over.
I'm not touching total, but like I said, Tennessee, I have Tennessee money line. Mal has Tennessee +3 and over
53.
Over 53. All right. Since you gave out 2 picks, I'll give out one more. UAB versus Georgia over 44.5. This is my lock of the week.
Hammer it.
This is my lock of the week.
Oh, that is my lock of the week too, man.
I
have got 2 units on the over 44.5 for the UAB Georgia game. And it's like I said earlier, you're going to see Georgia's offense show up. They're going to show up to this game.
Georgia will score 40 plus, and UAB might get a field goal.
This is the math. This is the thing. UAB will at least have 10 points in this game. They won't score over 10, but they'll at least have 10 because it's going to be so hard. It's going to be a 3:30 kickoff. Georgia's defense, everybody's hyping them up. They're going to give up a touchdown to UAB. Whether that's in garbage time, whether that's, an early just blown assignment, it's going to be very hard to replicate that game against Clemson this next week just because of the lack of competition. You know what I mean? Typically, you'll see teams like that sneak 1 or 2 touchdowns in on a team, a very good team. So when UAB scores 10 to 14 points, don't be worried. Just be happy because you took the over with us. Because Georgia's coming out and scoring at least 40. Georgia can cover this game with their offense or cover that spread with their offense alone. And they will cover that spread with their offense alone.
And your next bet, I'm assuming
Georgia minus 27.
Georgia minus 27.
This is probably the most lopsided line I've seen all year. I'm not even with the total and the points. That's one of the most lopsided lines. You gave Tennessee what was it, 36? is what it ended up being against Bowling Green.
Yeah, it was 35
and a half. And you're only giving UAB 27 against Georgia. Okay, I will hammer that and take that to the bank all day. That is one of the most lopsided lines I've seen this week, and it's
fair.
It's gonna be easy money.
That's fair. I only have one more college pick, so you get how many do you have left?
I'm taking. Okay, so
just go ahead and ramble them off. Just go ahead and get them out.
Penn State is playing Ball State. Penn State is only a 22.5 point favorite. Hammer Penn State. Hammer Penn State to win this game. It's going to be a tune-up game. Hammer them. They're going to go out there and absolutely just kill Ball State. We saw what Tennessee did to them. Penn State's a much better team than Tennessee. No offense to Dylan, but I think you would agree with that right now. Penn State's a much better team, and they got Ball State at 22.5 points. So hammer Penn State in that game. You're going to have Virginia Tech minus 20 against Middle Tennessee State. Virginia Tech looked phenomenal against North Carolina. And they're back at home. Hammer Virginia Tech minus 20. You got, like I said, I got Tennessee. Actually, I have them plus 2.5, not plus 3. That's my bad. And then the next pick I'm not confident in at all because it's Oregon plus 14 against Ohio State. I'm just going to continue to bet against Ohio State because I hate them. I have no reasoning behind that pick. I just hate Ohio State. And, we said the Texas minus 6 against Arkansas. And then, oh, boy, the Aggies are taking a trip up to Colorado, up to Boulder this weekend. The Aggies are 17-point favorites. Texas A&M will win this game by at least 31 points.
That's fair. Colorado looked terrible last week, so
and they're only giving
and Mal, this has been building up all week. You might have noticed some memes I've been sending in the group chats, where it compares bison to buffaloes. Now, everyone at home, and I'll put a picture on the screen right now. Look at Colorado's logo. The outline is a bison.
Wow.
100%. It's got the hump. But Colorado's nickname,
the Buffaloes,
and the Buffaloes. Those are two different animals. Get your shit together, Colorado. Look, sorry, I had to say it.
And I mean, this is the only game I'm not really feeling confident in. Like I said, it's that Oregon game. I love my card this week. I love that college football card. It just feels like it literally feels like Vegas overreacted at such a level to week one. Like these first 2 weeks, because they don't really know what's going to happen in week one. They have a little general idea, so they just kind of throw some shit at the wall and say, here, bet on it. And then I feel like they just completely overreacted in week two, especially with that Georgia game. Like 27 points in the 43.5, 44 points over. I mean, that's just a severe overreaction to a damn good Clemson defense.
The bookies are going to get slaughtered.
They're going to get slaughtered this weekend. There's no doubt. I mean, every single one of these games feels like a severe overreaction on the lines.
Yeah. But here's one that I think they missed. This is my last pick. I have North Carolina versus Georgia State under 61.5. That's easy. Very easy.
See, I said I wanted
61 total points.
I wanted to have a little more fun this week, so I didn't really touch many totals. And I took 2 overs and 1 under. So,
everybody? And you have no NFL bets.
I don't have any NFL bets. If I hear you convince me to take one, throw it on my card. But you're gonna have to really convince me, Dylan. Actually, if you convince, don't throw it on my card because these are not my bets. You convince me.
That's fine.
Convince me.
Okay. See how happy I am. I love the NFL so much. Thursday night, Cowboys versus the Buccaneers. 8 points towards Tampa Bay. Maybe a little too much. I'm not touching the spread on this game. The Bucs do have a good defense, and the Cowboys mediocre defense. But I have the under 52 in this game. No shot. This game goes over. Dak's coming back from getting hurt. Zeke, maybe. I have under 52. I think this game finishes in the high 40s.
Question.
Yes.
Are you wearing the cap now, Dylan? Are you wearing the no fun unders cap now? That is 2 unders in a row for the Dylan Cole. I
have another one on the card too.
Oh boy, I think the turntables
have turned a little bit, maybe a little bit. So yeah, I have total under 52 in that game. Bucks will win this by 4 to 6 points, I'd say. But two offense is too good. Cowboys defense is not great. Next game, Titans versus Cardinals. I have two bets in this game. I have Titans -3 versus the Cardinals at home. Julio's healthy. Everybody's going to be there. It's going to be a great game. Titans win this by 6+, I would say. Easily. Our defense has a lot of new additions. Kyler Murray has been struggling. I don't think he's really that great. D-Hop's questionable for the Cardinals. They lost their main running back, Junior Drake, last year. Hammer the Titans -3. This is an absolute gimme, whatever. And also, I have Titans versus Cardinals under 52. Like I said, Arizona's offense will struggle to find their footing, especially if D-Hop doesn't play. Take the under 52. Absolute. I mean, that's just an easy bet, I feel like. But it has potential. That one has potential to go very bad, I will say.
Which one?
That one. That's one I'm worried about. Titans, Cardinals, under 52. Next pick I have, I'm not touching Eagles, Falcons, even though the line's Atlanta.
Come on.
-3. Come
on.
I got to watch one game of the Eagles first. I got to see how they do. Before I
you got a bird versus birds matchup. You got to bet it.
Yeah. First game without Julio. I'm interested to see what happens. Russell Gage is going to step up. Calvin Ridley is obviously that dude. So I think maybe Atlanta wins, but I think it'll be a close game. Next game I bet is Steelers versus the Bills. And the spread is Buffalo 6.5. Let me tell you something. Did everyone in the NFL and in Vegas forget how good of a year the Pittsburgh Steelers had last year? I get Buffalo's good, but 6.5 points in week 1 against Steelers defense, no thank you. Steelers plus 6.5 versus the Bills. Look, put the Bills on upset watch for week 1. I'm calling it right now. Big Ben, he's got a new O-line. He's 100% healthy this year. He's going to have a good year. I'm calling it right now. I'm not touching Vikings, Bengals, 49ers, Lions, Seahawks, Colts, but the Chargers and football team game. It's interesting. The spread's only 1 point. It was at half a point when I bet it, though, in favor of the Chargers. They're at Washington for the football team. I am taking Washington football team money line. Defensive line will absolutely get to Justin Herbert. Fitzmagic is there, baby. The beard, the fro. How can you not love it? I'm bought in on the football team this year. I think they win their division. And God, I feel like I'm doing all the talking, Mal. No chirps, nothing.
Dude, I don't know jack about the NFL. I'm just kind of working on my mustache right now.
All right, and my second to last bet is the Jets versus Panthers game. Putting my fun cap back on for this one. I'm taking the over 45.5. Hey! I think this is really going to be one of the best. I think this is going to be one of the best games of the week. Zach Wilson had an absolutely incredible preseason. Panthers defense has been absolutely shit the past couple of years, but I'm excited with Chris McCaffrey back and with their new quarterback, Sam Darnold, facing his old team. He's going to be heated up. Take the over 45.5 in this game. It'll be a 30-something to 30-something game, I feel like.
You know what I'm interested in? You know what I'm interested in?
What?
The fact that you didn't have any prop bets on there, because I feel like that's a lot to do with NFL is prop bets.
Maybe in the future. I
am kind of shocked you don't have any prop bets on there, because those are always the fun ones to do in the NFL, and those I will put some money on prop bets in the NFL. I just don't know enough about
Derrick Henry to score a touchdown week 1. Easy money.
I mean,
I would also say Julio to catch a touchdown. Those are the only ones I can vouch for.
Dude, Julio will probably get hurt before he even gets a damn
not in field. The first game, though. Come on. Last bet of the week. This is, if we can do a super dog like they do in college football or whatever, this is mine. I have the Dolphins +3 versus the Patriots. I actually like the Dolphins to win this one outright, but I'll take the points while I can. I think
you mean to tell me
going to get off to a hotter
you
start
like Tua over Mac Brown or Mac Jones, not Mac Brown, dude. Mac Jones
for week 1. Yeah.
Give me Mac Jones all day.
That's fair, but I mean, I got Dolphins +3 versus the Patriots.
Mac Jones.
Now he hasn't played a real NFL game yet, though. Like that's preseason, whatever. But like. No. I'm not so like he's a good quarterback, but I'm not all in.
If you're judging based off of college stats, Mac Jones is a lot better.
Yeah, but we're not. Like college compared to NFL, there's so many quarterbacks and players that fall off because they can't compete.
Yeah, but I mean, Tua couldn't even handle top 15 defenses in colleges.
But I think he has a better start this year. I think he has a better year this year. Tua does.
I still think Bill Belichick has found his Tom Brady 2.0, and he is about.
Then take the Patriots -3 mil.
Dude, honestly, you know what? I might do it. I might throw a little bit on that. You know what? Yeah, give me the Patriots -3 on my card because look, give me Bill Belichick. Okay, remember what I said earlier? Bill Belichick is literally the NFL Nick Saban. Correct?
No.
Who is then?
NFL GOAT, greatest coach of all time.
No, we're not talking about of all time. We're talking about modern day. Bill Belichick is the NFL Nick Saban, okay? Or you could say Nick Saban is the college football Bill Belichick. I don't really give a shit which way you put it.
That would have been true before last year.
Well, Bill Belichick's finally found his Tom Brady 2.0. What are you going to do when the Patriots, and look, I hate the Patriots as much as anybody else, but what are you going to do when Mac Jones literally becomes Tom Brady 2.0? Because Mac Jones is, a lot like Tom Brady coming out of high school or coming out of college. A lot like him. He's a little athletic. He's not the quickest dude in the world. I'm telling you, I just got a feeling.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. That is fair. So you'll take Patriots -3. I'll take Dolphins +3, and we'll see how it shakes out.
And I don't think I don't think the Patriots would have absolutely just cut Cam Newton if Mac Jones was not just performing at an unspeakable level.
Cam Newton was also awful.
Well, Cam Newton was also awful, but at the same time, would you cut a veteran quarterback for any reason unless your rookie that you just brought in is playing?
Let me ask you a question. Levels? Do you really think Cam Newton could be a backup quarterback on a team?
No, that's not what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying,
That's probably why they cut him. Hell, if they're listen, it can't be but just how good or bad he is. They would 100% keep Cam Newton over Brian Hoyer and Jared Stidham if he was better. It's an attitude thing. That guy will never be a backup quarterback. He'll never settle for it. An attitude will be a problem if he is. That's why they got rid of him, I feel like.
Well, yeah, but I mean, that's what I'm saying. So the decision to go with Mac Jones over Cam Newton and not give Mac Jones, a year to sit and kind of, get his bearings, he's got to be ready. Because Bill,
it has to, or it's kind of like
throw him into the fire.
Backs against the wall. We got to do something. Yeah, we got to just it could be either of those. I'm definitely excited. Look, I'm so excited for both college and NFL this weekend. It's what you dream of, man.
This is what dreams are made of. Hey now.
So those are all my picks, Mal.
That is my card out there. That is my card for the week. Honestly, guys, I would ride with me on everything but that Oregon bet.
Yep, you need to ride with Mal. He's absolutely hot right now. Don't ride with me if you don't want to, but just give me some time. I'd rather start out cold and finish hot than start out hot and finish cold.
Fair enough.
Absolutely fair enough. Well, I think that will be it. We're at 58 minutes exactly. As I said that was cool. So yeah, thanks everybody for listening. If you have a gambling issue, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Be smart with your bankroll. Be smart with your bets and units, my friend.